When I work at my desk, this is what always happens. I end up doing a project and I end up using tools and supplies and creating things, and things I meant to throw away or put away, I don't, and it turns into this nightmare of debris. Now, if I could just learn to put things away, wouldn't life be so much easier? But putting away things takes time, and instead of putting things away, I spend that time doing other things, usually making a bigger mess than I had before. And that's often because I don't have room on my work table to continue work because it's full of crap. So then I move my creativity to another part of my studio and then cover that with crap. So is there a way that I could have surgery on my brain so that when I finish something, my brain immediately goes into cleanup mode? Do you think that would be possible? Or just do it, goddammit mode. Like this. This is the salt and pepper shaker that neighbors of mine were getting rid of. Now, I don't need these, but a friend of mine would love them. And it's not a friend that lives in another part of the world. It's not a friend that lives in another state. I don't have to wrap these up and put stamps on a package to send them. All I have to do is walk across the courtyard to the other building, press the number 5 on the elevator, go up and walk down the hall and give these to them. Now, even that might seem like a lot of work, but I go to his house every goddamn day to walk his dog. So I'm on my way there anyway, so why can't I remember to move these to his house? Why is that so difficult? Can someone explain that to me? In the comments below this video, just tell me how to do it. Okay, now, I did not want to sit here and bitch and moan about my miserable life to you. I was going to do something creative. Now, what was that? What was I going to do that was creative? I completely forgot about it because I started doing other stuff. So I'm going to grab a pen. Now, normally all I do is reach over and I have a pen in my hand, but in this case I have to reach over the top of this salt and pepper shaker, and on top of my coffee, and on top of my glue, because I didn't put any of those things away before I can get to the pen. So now I've done that. So these salt and pepper shakers, I'm gonna draw, because why not? They're in front of me, so let's take advantage. Now here, I've already starting the drawing, and I've already done it wrong. This is actually moved a little bit this way, so I'm gonna, now I'm drawing them. Wait just a minute. There, now they look like I started the drawing. So, luckily I'm drawing salt and pepper shakers, not a human. Oh, can I just make your arm a little shorter? You don't mind, do you? Can I just add another finger? No, this is was just rotating and moving one a little bit differently. Now, I was going to tell you something else. And what was that, I wonder? I had a thought, and the thought went away because I moved a salt and pepper shaker. Oh, I remember now. I did a save the date sort of thing, or it wasn't so much that, it was a party that a client of mine was giving for another client. of mine, or soon-to-be client of mine, and they were having me design their wedding invitation. But before that, the other client was asking me to draw an invitation for a party that was going to be sort of like a bachelor party or an engagement party that they were giving for their friend's daughter, which was very nice of them. And I don't quite remember why this was decided, but there was going to be a standard salt and pepper shaker side by side that was going to represent the bride and groom. You know, come to a party for, I'm going to disguise their names so you don't know who they are. Not that it would make any difference to them, I'm sure, but as I continue this story, you might find it interesting. We'll call Blanche and Harry. That's what we'll call them, Blanche and Harry, on such and such a date. So Blanche was the salt shaker, and Harry was the pepper shaker. And they're one of these glass-bottomed salt and pepper shakers. You know, they're identical to each other. Sometimes the salt has more holes in it. I don't know what, just sometimes they're in the shape of an S and a P. I think in this case I actually made them in the shape of the letters, so it was B and an H for Blanche and Harry. Anyway, I was doing this drawing, and I did the drawing, and I sent it off to the client to see if it was okay, if this is what they wanted. And my client said, "Can you please make the salt shaker a little thinner, because the bride had some self-esteem issues about her weight or something." And I thought, it's a salt shaker. I don't actually intend these, so that would look silly, a skinny salt shaker next to a fat pepper shaker. That would be way too obvious, I thought. So anyway, I ended up making them both a little thinner. So that was fine. But I just thought it was sort of funny that a fat salt shaker would be taken as literally as representing this person. And this person, who I know, was not at all fat in any way, shape, or form. So I don't quite understand how that worked out. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. So salt and pepper shakers. I like drawing salt and pepper shakers. It's these kind, not so much these kind. These are really quite fun to draw. I have many pages of my sketchbooks I carry around with me that have salt and pepper shaker drawings on them. I also used to love to draw my gin and tonics, or mainly gin and tonics. At the time I was drawing in sketchbooks at bars. They were gin and tonics I was drawing. Back in the olden days when I was young, before the world of the interweb came into being, when you were, I'll just say the word, frisky, horny, whatever the word is, you would go to a bar to hope to get picked up. And so I would go to the bar, gay bar in this case, for those of you that don't know that. Now you do. Go to a gay bar, and I would present myself probably as the least interested person there, because rather than looking at people and smiling and winking and doing whatever it is that you do to sort of tell someone across the room that you're interested in them, I sat and I drew in my sketchbook. And anyone that would look across the crowded room at me, no matter how well I combed my hair and put on a shirt that was clean, no matter how attractive I may have decided I was going to make myself, they would look at me drawing and they'd say, well, I'm not going to bother that guy. He's too busy to be bothered with the likes of me. So anyway, I ended up drawing lots and lots and lots and lots of gin and tonics because, of course, when I was essentially ignoring everyone in the room, I would have more time to drink. And that became a problem. And years later, decades later, I finally realized I had to stop. That's sometimes when you go to a bar, you get gin and tonics in that kind of a glass. Most of the time you get a gin and tonic in a proper gin and tonic glass, the long one, like that, with your ice and your gin and your tonic and your lime. I'm getting a little thirsty for one of these. I haven't had one of these in almost 3 years, so congratulations to me for this. But I love drawing them. I love drawing the ice and the refraction of the straw as it went down and hit the water and then sort of moves over and then hit the glass, and it would move over a different way, and then it would hit the glass and the water, and it would, and ice cubes. You had all sorts of layers of refractivity. So here's our glass. We have our straw, and here's the front of the glass is here, the back of the glass is there, and the straw comes down like this, and then it hits the water. So here's those little ripples coming up. We'll pretend it just was dropped in. Now, which way does the straw go? Does it go this way or this way? I think it goes this way. I mean, I don't know without looking at one in front of me, but I think if this is the center of your thing, you know, if you're this side, anyway, you understand what I'm saying. So it refracts this way, and it maybe even changes an angle. But now it's going through not only water, but the glass, so then it even refracts even further. So it's broken into 3 spots, and then you've got all of the ice cubes in the way. And the ice cubes refract it even further and make it do all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's, by the time, you know, the ice is floating, of course, up at the top, and by the time you get down to the bottom below the ice layer, and you're at the straw again, just the straw, the glass, and the gin is in the way, then it turns into something else. So it's like this, you know, the San Andreas fault. You know, the straw will do all sorts of crazy stuff before it ends up there. But it's still, I suppose, if this is just the water, oh no, the water and the glass. If the water and the glass refract it to this point, then that's probably where it will end up down here. And the ice cube range is going to do other tricks with it. So it'll do that. So that was always fun to draw. And I didn't get out my protractors and rulers and draw it exactly. I just drew what it looked like rather than what it was. Drawing what it actually did, I would have to remember my high school physics angle of refraction and whatever. So anyway, that was fun. So in many of my sketchbooks, you see the history of my alcoholism as depicted and illustrated by yours truly, Pierre Gustafson. Gin and tonics in small glasses, gin and tonics in tall glasses, gin and tonics in sort of these wine glass things, and gin and tonics with a dark background, and gin and tonics against a checkerboard background, gingham tablecloth kind of a thing, and then you'd have the squares in here. One of the things about drawing glass that a lot of people have problems with students of mine when I would be teaching. They'd draw glass full of, let's say, gin. Not that I had them draw that, but full of water. And they would draw the glass, and they'd draw the water, and they'd draw the reflections, and they'd draw, essentially they would draw what they would see. And then they'd say, well, why does it look weird? And I said, it's because you didn't draw the background. You have to draw the table, the dark of the table behind it. If you draw the dark of the table through the glass, you have to draw the dark of the table behind you have to draw the table. And then suddenly this becomes transparent. Before it was, you didn't really know what you were looking at. You have to draw the background. And then say, oh my God, now I understand. So, anyway, I'm on a sidetrack, for God's sake. I was talking about how miserably messy my place is, and how to make it unmessy. There's some bills over there, and how to make those go away. Like, yes, I can pay the bills. That would be one. That's an idea. My electric bill I hadn't paid for 6 months, and I got a notice saying they were going to turn my electricity off. Well, how am I supposed to download porn without electricity? I said to myself. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.